My name's Alan Hart, and today I'm going to do day in the life of a plumber. I'm doing some just jobbing jobs today, so I'm going round. I've got a few boiler services to do. I think I've got a nest. I've got some of the installs are what I've done and I'm servicing, and some of them are boilers that I've never seen before, so we can have a look at them and see what a mess or how good they're installed. So yeah, so first job I've got Baxi Platinum that I installed, so we'll go and have a look at that. Yeah, let's go in and have a look. So this boiler here, this is a Baxi Platinum, and it was a balanced flue boiler, and then we bricked that up. So if you have a look at the brickwork, it's quite neat, and the flue, we've got minimum 300 millimeters from, so 30 centimeters from this side and 30 centimeters from this side. I think this one were about 32 centimeters. So we installed this boiler last year, and as I say, it's a Baxi Platinum boiler. This was just an open wall when we came, and then customers had a new kitchen fitted since. So we just need to put that flue collar back on. And if we have a look here, we can see that it's not cut out that much. So let's see if we can get on there. Might be a bit of a struggle. So we've not really got the boiler clearances with that anymore. And then underneath, if we have a look, this obviously this were all connected. This is thermostat, receiver, should I say? And that's not connected now. And this is Baxi Platinum boiler. So I'm just going to do a quick service. I'm just going to do a service on this. If you want to see how to service one of these, I'll do that in a different video. I just removed front cover on this. I'm just undone them two screws, one on this side, one on this side, and this just pulls forward a little bit, this front, and then it allows you to slide the front cover up. This is the first service on this boiler. If you're going to top up the expansion vessel, we just remove this, slide that rain thing out on there, and then you can just get in to shredder valve there. This boiler comes with a 10-year parts and labour warranty, as long as it's installed correctly. I've managed to take the point out there, and this shelf actually lifts up, so I'm getting wet analyzer. So I'm just going to put analyzer in. To put this boiler into service mode, you just turn it to that there, and then back, and then that will go into service mode. And to put it onto high and low, that setting there, that's on high. To put it into low, you just turn it down. So that's on your Baxi Platinum, on your Duotex, and most of your Pottertons and mains, and they all work the same. So for this analyzer, for this flue gas analyzer, that'll give us this reading on low. Obviously that's got to settle, and then for us to put it back to high, we'll just turn that, and it'll take it to high as well. If we wanted to top the pressure up on this, just have a look under there. These have got pull down flap now, and that'll top the pressure up, so that's nice and easy as well. Once it's in service mode, to take it back out of service mode, just turn that, turn your hot water control, and it'll go back out, and that's it, it's just back to normal. I often get asked about my service bag, so this is my Monument bag, and then I've got a Wearer tool, kit there. I've just got a few tools in there, and then I've got my card machine, and I've got a little Viessmann toolkit in there. Just have a look at that. That's just a little Viessmann set. It's a bit of a mess, to be honest. And then on this side, I've got my analyzer, my multimeter, my leak detector spray, gas sniffer there, and then also on these here you could put your U gauge if you wanted, so that comes out. I've actually got long screwdrivers in there, so I use a digital manometer. So yeah, that's the tool bag. Always check before you go that you've put your test points back in. I like to video it, or I'll take a picture just so that I know that I've done it. Just got an Ideal Logic here that I'm servicing as well. So what I've done is I've turned the stat on, so I've got a call for heat, and now I need to put this into service mode. So we just turn that. You see there now, it's just gone into service mode. So that's on the Ideal Logic combi boiler, or Logic Plus, and then that'll give us those readings on there. And send that, and then if we want to change that, then to put it onto high, we'll just do it again. So that's now gone onto high in service mode, and then that should go up slightly on there once it stops printing. So you can just see there, now it's on high, you can see that's going up. So that's on the Ideal Logic combi boiler. Take it out of service mode. You can do various things, but if you just turn that off and back on, it'll go out of service mode. You can just turn that down, it'll go out of service mode as well. So my next job is another boiler service. This is a boiler, I've not installed this boiler, I've never been to this job before. It's a Viessmann there. If we just have a look at flue, I'll just turn it round. So it's a Viessmann install, so that pipe should go back to the wall. Flue stuck out a bit, I wouldn't install it like that personally. So this is a Viessmann Vittidens 100 that I'm servicing on this one. As we can see, the pressure's down on this, so we'll top that up. I'm going to clean the Fernox as well, take the lid off, clean the filter out, and then we'll do a full service on this, full strip down service. I've got a new seal for heat exchanger. So with this boiler we've got two screws underneath, one on this side and one on the other side, just there, and then that front case, front cover just lifts off. So I'm going to do that now. I've removed the front cover. This boiler's probably around 7, 8, 9 years old, and if we just look on there, we can see the seal hasn't been broken, so we know that this boiler has never been serviced. If it had been serviced, if this had been removed, then that would have been disconnected and it would have broken that seal. That seal is a manufacturer's seal. So we'll strip this down. I'm gonna check this filter first, and then once we've no water in, I'm going to also check these hoses. Sometimes these hoses block up, and if they have blocked up or if there's muck in them, I'm going to clean that out as well on this service. I've just connected my hose, just a washing machine pipe, and just going to open that. and notes come out of there at the moment. And I've just loosened this lid on the top of the filter. So I'm going to take the filter off. A lot of people have problems with these filters and say that they're not very good, but I don't have no problems with them really. I'm going to, once I put it back together, I'll grease all my O-rings. Some water come out of there now. It's not that bad really. There's just an O-ring there. When I put it back together, what I'll do is I'll take that O-ring off, wash it, dry it, and then put some silicone grease on it. So I've no pressure in this boiler now, and when I squeeze these hoses, they're fine. There's no problems at all with them. So I'm going to remove this now as well. The bit that you need is a torque T30, and that undoes these here. So that goes into there. So I'm going to undo that now. Also, I need to just do gas. I've checked the boilers turned off. I've done my electrical checks, and I've also isolated the gas underneath. If we have a look inside heat exchanger, we can see it's not that bad really, to be honest. I'm just going to clean that out. With my Hilti Hoover, and then I've got a little thing here that I can use just to go in between gaps, just to give it a really good clean out together now, because I'm going to put some water in the system so that I can just wash through heat exchanger. So I've took the O-ring off, the O-ring's there, and I've put some silicone grease on O-ring, and that's just going to go back on there. And that's magnet I've just dropped. Just put that lid back on. This lid, you need to make sure that when you put this lid on, you turn it round until it clicks in. You can see it has like a groove. Now it sits down further. So now when you put your lid on, when I find my lid, when you put your lid on, it'll screw on correctly. So I'll just do that now. So I've put the lid back on now, tighten the lid up. I've turned the valve back off on the bottom with this little connection. So that connection there connects into there. So we know that's off again now. And now I'm just going to remove this hose out of the way. So this is just a brief insight into day in the life as a plumber. I'm not going to go totally in depth. Obviously you would do all your other tests, gas rating, etc., burner pressures. Now I've cleaned the heat exchanger. I've got bits out, and I've just poured some water down as well, just to clear it through. You see trap now. Trap is a lot cleaner than it was before, so that's been all washed through as well. Before I put all these screws in, so that's just in loose, and then in this connection here I'm going to put that fibre washer back into there, and I'm going to tighten that up, or get it on, not fully tighten it, but just tighten it up a bit, and then I'll tighten the screws up on the heat exchanger. It can be a little bit awkward if you tighten all these up. It can be a little bit awkward then getting this gas pipe connected. I've tightened this nut back on now. Obviously I've broken a gas seal, so with that I've turned the gas back on under here, and I'm going to just test that. I'm going to spray some spray on there, and that's all back together. And this just pumped it up to 1 bar onto the bottom expansion vessel. So I've got the boiler running now, and this has been my service kit for this. So I've got foot pump, hose pipe because I've drained it down, and then obviously all my tools. So I'm going to put this back together now, and then I'm going to test this with the analyzer to make sure it's all okay. Put the pressure back up as well. So I'm looking at the trap now, totally clean. Expansion vessel has been pumped up. Heat exchanger has been fully stripped down and cleaned out. We've tested gas on here. We've also tested inlet pressures. I have tested it with Telegram, but I do need to check it again once I put the case on. I'm sorry if these are a bit bitty, these videos. I'm just trying to piece together all the different jobs that I do in day, or as many as I can anyway. So that was the Viessmann. So the Viessmann, that had quite a lot of issues. So the expansion vessel were flat on it. It'd never been serviced. Yeah, so we did a good service, full strip down service on it, and customers happy again now. It was losing pressure as well with that one all the time, obviously because it needed expansion vessel pumping up. Next job I've got a Baxi combi boiler. I'm not sure which model. It's not one that I installed, but yeah, let's go and have a look at that one. I didn't install this one. This is a Baxi Eco Blue Advanced. I'll just do a service on this. So flue's there, which is a little bit close to this opening. When we look at these, it's got 2 screws to take cover off, there and there. So again, before you do that, make sure your gas is safe registered and you've done your electrical checks. The boiler on this is on a plug with a switch. That we're not allowed to do that. It needs to be double pole if it's a switch, because what you could do, somebody could switch it off, and if that had reverse polarity in there, then the boiler could still be live. So it shouldn't really be like that, but you see loads of them like that. Not really a big issue. But if we look inside one of these Advanced Blue, what we call Eco Blue Advanced, I don't actually install these, but I believe these come with a 10-year warranty as well. So you've got your brass components, and then you've got your fan in here, just there, gas valve down at bottom. You've got your stainless steel heat exchanger in there, expansion vessel there, and I think Schrader's on top. Yeah, so Schrader valves there, so we can easily top pressure up on this. If you have a look inside there, there's loads of room to work on. So I'm just going to do a service on this now. ERP pump as well. I always find these a little bit more faffy than the Platinum, so I normally have to read instructions on this. So if we look at page 44, and if we have a look at instructions here, we need to press the R and the minus there, so that's them two, there and there. So that goes to on, and then it goes to 303, I think it is. Yeah, 303, and then it'll go a number, which will be a number 1. So that's on minimum now. When we look at the instructions here, that's on minimum. So now we can test as minimum with that. So just put as analyzer in flow, and then we can get as minimum reading on there. And once we've got that reading, we'll print that out. So we've got that reading, that's printing out. That's on number 1 still. And then we can use these settings here. If we have a look at the instructions on this section here, and if we change that, press that. So number 3, that's heating maximum, and we want to do it number 2. So if we put into number 2 on there, and now we can test on high on here, and then once we get that again, we'll print it out. And once we've done that and then we've printed it out, we now need to come out of that setting. So again, if we look back in instructions, it tells us that to come out of it we need to press R and the minus and wait 6 seconds, and then we'll exit. So if we do that on here, press R and the minus, and if we hold that for 6 seconds, and then that's come out of that now. And there we go, so it's back to normal. We've tested with a flue gas analyzer, and we've done as high on hot water, and we've done as low as well. So we've got both as readings for as benchmark. I haven't gone through the full service on this. These videos that I've done that are step-by-step servicing, this is just like an overview video really, just to show you day in the life and a few different jobs that I've gone to. So on this job here, we've got a few things to note. So we've got the flue. So when we look at the flue, it's too close to an opening. That should be 300 millimeters or 30 centimeters. And also the switch on there, that's not right either. And that's it really, that's all done. My next job now is some underfloor heating that's not working. I'll try and add some video if I can. I'm not sure if I'll be able to video in this property or not. Yeah, alright, let's go in and we'll have a look. So we've got John Guest underfloor heating. When we've come to it, this valve here was knocked off like that. So I think somebody's turned the valve off or knocked the valve off. We'll just check it and see what happens. So that was a nice easy one. That was just somebody had knocked the valve off on the underfloor heating. It's not a system I didn't install that system, but it's all working perfect now. I hope that you've found this video of some use, and if you've got any questions, please ask them in the comments below. And as always, if you want to click up here somewhere and down here and round here, I'll put subscribe, and I'll put some other videos on there as well. Thanks for watching.